Rise and shine, everyone. Welcome into Sunrise. Jason Hackett here with you. Alicia has the morning off. We're going to get to all those headlines in just a moment, but first we got to talk about this weather, John. My scarves and all my winter coats in my closet are looking at me like, are you going to wear me or what's going on
I'm
here?
sure they'll get plenty of use, but today you don't need them. At least today. Yesterday definitely not at 85, but we're still around 60 degrees. Southeast winds hanging on. We got some clouds rolling in, definitely helping keep the temperature warm. And tonight we got that cold front, so tomorrow morning you probably need the coat. Not a big coat, but we'll actually get to fall weather for a couple of days. I don't see some major change in cold weather for at least 2 weeks, which at this time of the year means whenever we go below average, we're in trouble. 60 degrees in Eden Prairie, 59 in St. Cloud, but look at this. Who's the warm spot? Bemidji. Anytime I see that, if it's warmer northwest, that means a cold front's about to come in. Warmest temperatures are the moments before the cold front passes, and you can see that here. There's the cold front, and there's that pop in temperatures from the winds. So Bemidji, your high is actually being hit about right now. Temperatures still will make it into the 70s here in the metro. You can see the wind shift at 6-7 p.m. and that brings us a slight chance for rain. We'll take a look at future radar in your forecast.
Hey, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hey, just minutes ago, debris was removed from 494 southbound in Minnetonka, and because of that debris, traffic was completely stopped. Now things are back moving on that stretch, but if you're headed toward the Minnetonka Boulevard area in the next 10 minutes, don't be surprised if you run into some lingering slowing because traffic was stalled for a little bit there. Otherwise, things looking pretty great otherwise across the metro. When I see you just after 6:15, though, I'll be showing you a crash on Highway 61. It just popped up before I came up here. I'll tell you how that will impact your commute in a few. Jason?
All right, Cece, thank you very much. Sure now, here to our top story at 6:03. After a Minnesota appeals court overturned his conviction, Cody Forencam will be back in court today as he faces a new trial in the murder of Deshaun Hill. The Minneapolis North High School student athlete was shot and killed in February of 2022 at just 15 years old. Now, Hennepin County prosecutors will seek justice for Hill's family all over again. Audrey Russo is live outside the courthouse explaining where the legal proceedings stand right now. Good morning, Audrey.
Good morning, Jason. It took a jury just 1 hour to convict Cody Forencamp the first time back in 2023. Now, not even 2 years later, Hennepin County prosecutors are preparing to go back into the courtroom to begin the process of retrying this case. So here's how we got to this point. Back in May, an appeals court judge overturned the conviction that Forencamp had for the murder of 15-year-old student athlete Deshaun Hill. The argument there was that Forencamp's constitutional rights were violated during a 2022 interrogation. The state Supreme Court ultimately decided to not review the appeals case and the decision there. So Hennepin County prosecutors vowed to move forward with a second trial using the same charges as the first trial, 2 counts of second-degree murder. And when Forencamp was convicted the first time, he was slapped with a 38-year sentence. That's the maximum amount for second-degree murder. Now these new developments obviously are going to be reopening a lot of emotional wounds for Hill's family and for his community. So when I see you next in about 30 minutes, we'll have more on just how much attention this case received and why it captured so much heartbreak. But for now, Jason, I'll send things back to you.
All right, Audrey Russo reporting live this morning. Thank you. Right now, we need to update you on the pro-Palestine protest at the U of M that ended about 7 hours ago. This morning, we can confirm 11 people have been arrested and could face charges. Things escalating quickly as several hundred people gathered outside and entered Morrill Hall. The university says some staff and people were stuck inside and unable to leave for hours. Some protesters breaking windows and spray painting "Divest" on the building, a demand the Board of Regents rejected in August.
All students who do things like shut down halls, they are doing that as a reaction to the disgusting display of horrible statements from universities.
Intimidation, vandalism, occupation is not free speech. It's about stoking fear and interfering with the life of the university.
Well, the rest of campus was not impacted. Authorities are now looking into what happened. Developing right now, police are investigating if the shooting death of a 3-year-old boy in northeast Minneapolis was an accident. Officers say they got the call just before 1 p.m. yesterday for a shooting in an apartment on Jefferson Street. When officers arrived, they found the 3-year-old who was shot. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police did say an adult was with the boy at the time of the shooting. So far, nobody has been arrested. Parents in the Twin Cities Somali community are looking for solutions this morning after a second boy with autism drowned in just the span of 4 months. Eden Prairie police say 11-year-old Mohammed went missing shortly before 6 Monday night. City officials say his body was found in a pond near his home on Cardiff Lane a few hours later. The Council on American-Islamic Relations says the Somali community is devastated, and parent groups are already discussing ideas to improve safety.
If you would have told me a few months back when we were looking for this young child in Hopkins, that we would be doing the same thing 3 months from now, I would not really believe that. But now I think we have to take this matter serious. So we're looking forward next week to hold some meetings and conversations.
A spokesperson with the Autism Society of Minnesota says children with autism are especially drawn to water. They say data also suggests Somali children are also more likely to be diagnosed with autism. Time now 6:07 this morning. The city of Minneapolis is a step closer to paying $30,000 to a man who witnessed George Floyd's murder. Charles McMillan filed a lawsuit against the city for emotional distress. He says witnessing the murder changed him. McMillan was one of the most notable witnesses in Derek Chauvin's trial, breaking down in tears on the stand when describing what he saw. A city committee passed it on to the full council without discussion. This marks the start of the 29th annual National Day of Protest Against Police Brutality. 35 cities and towns across the U.S. are participating, and right here in the Twin Cities, there will be 3 events, including at the St. Paul Western District Police Station this evening. Brand new this morning in the last few minutes, Metro Transit revealed their plans of a new bus route that could drastically speed up your commute to downtown Minneapolis. Michelle Beck is in St. Paul right now with the exclusive details. Michelle, good morning.
Yeah, Jason, good morning to you. As of this last hour, I can now tell you that a faster, more frequent bus line will not only connect you directly from Woodbury to St. Paul, it'll also bring you to and from Minneapolis as well. The Metropolitan Council dropped that big news about the Gold Bus Rapid Transit line, already drumming up anticipation for the opening next March through Woodbury, Oakdale, Maplewood, and St. Paul. The plan is for the Minneapolis extension to be up and running by 2027, and this will replace the 94 Express. We hinted to a rider bus schedules will be a thing of the past, as a new bus will run every 10-ish minutes all day long.
That would be pretty unrealistic, but it would be nice. I mean, in a perfect world, right? Instant gratification. There are different cities, availability for what I need as far as food, and some other services that I need. Hennepin County is a different accessibility than St. Paul.
Yeah, we certainly this will fill such a big need for so many commuters out there. Now I'm going to share more about the economic impact of this new extension. It's only going to get bigger, and now that Minneapolis is going to be in the picture. Jason.